The Metaproject is a senior design studio in RIT's Industrial Design program. The course is the creation of Josh Owen, the program chair of Industrial Design at RIT. A highly sought-after course for senior design students, the class works with an industry partner, exhibiting their final work in New York City at the International Contemporary Furniture Fair.
I've tried to develop what you might call a brand identity for the Metaproject, a way to position it, and that's been a constant throughout the years. The meta piece, it's self-reflective. The idea is that this course looks in upon itself to try to understand what we're doing and then positioning that introspection in a global venue.
Anyone else has one? Do you need one?
The course begins with a sponsor reveal on the first day of class.
There's a very real-world connection in the Metaproject because of the sponsorship. So I look for a sponsor or partner in industry which shares similar values to those that we stand behind in ID.
This is very exciting for me because I've known Josh for 15-ish years.
Yeah.
We've always enjoyed each other's work and what we've been up to.
The sponsor for Metaproject 06 is revealed to be Poppin, a workspace design company with the motto, "Work Happy." The company was represented by Jeff Miller, VP of Product Design, and David Branham, Director of Merchandising.
If you think about stationery and desktop items, and even the fact that furniture these days, with what technology has brought to the table, can be ever more simplified, means that we don't need to do so much reinvention to make something very successful. We always want to be innovative and clever about what we do, but all of our products mean to be distilled, pared down, and very essential and spare.
Poppin's assignment was to create furniture accessories to enhance their existing office line. The first step, getting to know the office furniture.
Do that, so go hold that pole. Grab that pole. So now you guys can screw those poles onto that main extender.
The design process begins with research. For Metaproject, this involves the Vignelli Center for Design Studies.
We have the artifacts of process from Massimo and Lella Vignelli's life's work here in the center, and the opportunities in utilizing those assets to teach students good fundamental design lessons were what I wanted to build into this course.
Students studied the clipped chair, an early work of Jeff Miller's, in order to gain insight into the design guidelines of their sponsor.
And so this is where kind of the process, the thought process kind of stopped for me here. Yeah, you need to move, but like what, there aren't really...
How are you going to do that?
The students begin to hash out their initial design concepts. Office habits and workspaces are discussed and dissected.
Students are still students. So there's a wealth of knowledge and wisdom that comes with experience, and so I think my job is always to be a liaison between the student and their real-world experience. Sometimes that's just a matter of being a kind of translator.
I'm more concerned at present with your plan for building it, because I think it will take a little bit of time, especially if you
I'm
farm
thinking
it out.
it will all be laser cut.
Okay.
There are, I think.
Sometimes it's about putting them at risk, allowing them to fail, and to see what that means in the context of the problem that they're addressing.
simply reach under there and pull out the switch from here. And then you have to stand on this. And so
When I look at any of the concepts, I'm really looking for an opportunity to make it the most feasible, the most affordable, the most coherent with what we're trying to do in terms of design guidelines at the company already. I'm actively trying to coach the students to make something that will fit very much with what we would have done ourselves.
You kind of have your whole workstation and you're working here.
The prototypes are taking shape. Among them are a mobile work surface called the Laptopper, an extruded desktop organizer, and a footrest for seated workspaces.
All right, so you want two other views, right?
Yeah.
But in the same view, but two other conditions.
Metaproject is more than a collaboration between sponsor and student. Elizabeth Lamarck of RIT Production Services leads the product photography.
A little bit,
Can you push the computer
or you can
up?
push the computer.
up.
I kind of like the simplicity of your stuff, though.
Elizabeth and her team challenge the students to come up with concise messages and then work with them to demonstrate the vast knowledge that a photographer can bring. So knowing how to go to a photo shoot and how to get that image that communicates the project is just as important as knowing how to deliver that first rendering that communicates the basic idea.
Communication and collaboration are fundamental skills for the industrial designer. For the first time, RIT new media design students collaborated with the Metaproject. These students formed small teams with the industrial designers and created an interactive process book for each project.
Areas of exploration included, but were not limited to storage, organization, desktop real estate, cable management, power accessibility, comfort, privacy, and sound isolation.
So what it is it's a simple injection molded body with two bent rod legs. And what it does is it allows the user to stand and sit at a price point that's affordable to everyone.
The second piece of this is what you can write on. It's a dry erase board where you can say if you don't want to be interrupted or if you're away from your desk for a short time.
Usually the most productive workflow happens sitting on your own desk.
It's designed as an accessory for Poppin's existing furniture line.
All of them are
It's
potential.
probably going to be more commercial. For whatever reason, a lot of my considerations are about their current execution. So mine were the branch, the foot pebble.
I've got potentially 4, definitely 3, maybe 4. Foot pebbles there.
Our first pass at this had too many of you winning. Because there's so much merit in so many of them. I would say invariably every project had something to merit that was in line with what our company is about or in line with something we're pursuing already.
Poppin selected 4 winning projects. The branch holder, designed by Brendan Babiars. The foot pebble, designed by Veronica Lynn. The laptopper, designed by Kobe Trout. And the booster desk, designed by Tristan Kanan.
So after a whole semester, we're finally here. So here are all the projects. We have designed 22 office furniture accessories.
For the ICFF exhibit, it was decided to present the entire class body of work together against a white and gray backdrop of existing Poppin products. The 4 winners in orange and the others in blue. The exhibit was amongst 13 other design schools to be featured in the fair.
Okay, last but not least, we give one award to the best school exhibitor. And as a jury, we checked out all of the school exhibits and we chose one as the winner. And the winner is from Rochester Institute of Technology, winning for Metaproject 06.
Each year presents a challenge which extends beyond its own life cycle, and that's one of the principal differences with this course. When the project is over, when last year's ended in May, I was still working with the students all summer on getting their projects shepherded into production. And I believe that with Poppin, we're just seeing the beginning of what may come to pass in terms of potential commercialization.